Thank you all for joining our awesome summer webinar. This will be a half hour. We are going to get down and dirty fast. I will respect your time. And just like I said earlier, there will be replays. And then as always, feel free to reach out to any of us, Pete included. I'm sure Pete would love to hear from all of you.
Sure.
If you have any questions or follow-up questions. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. Man, I was so worried about putting on my summer dress that I didn't test properly this morning, but lesson learned. Next time will be better. Okay, so Pete, tell me a little bit about who you are and your partner and Display Local and why you guys are so special.
Sure. So thank you for having me on. Happy to be here. So my name is Peter Collison. I'm the co-founder along with Colby Ruschenberg, who unfortunately can't make it. He's at the McKesson Idea Share, and I think he's probably on a plane right now. So he's been traveling today. But we're the co-founders of Display Local, which is a digital signage platform designed to simplify in-store marketing. And just to give like a slight brief background, we actually began as an app to show live Facebook likes on screens at businesses to entice customers to like their page and watch it in real time, update on the screen. And that was a few years ago. You see all the time signs saying like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. This is kind of just a way to add an engaging element to it. And over time, the platform evolved and slowly became a full-featured digital signage platform, including some self-service advertising features, which led to partnerships with local communities to show news, events, and local advertisements on screens at businesses. So that's kind of a brief background, but we're here to talk about pharmacies. And how we got into pharmacies was kind of a natural process of just filling a need over time. So Colby Ruschenberg, my co-founder, he's a pharmacist and he's the head of operations for an independent network of pharmacies. And he started to use our digital signage at several of his locations. And he saw the value something like this could bring to, they could provide to pharmacies. For example, they started promoting CBD products on some of their screens at their locations, and saw an increase in people, not only asking questions about CBD, but also increased sales. But really, I mean, that's what marketing is supposed to do, right? Spur discussion and increase sales. So at that point, we knew there was an in there with the pharmacies, but the problem is that pharmacy owners and operators are busy people, and they just don't have time to manage their content for signage promotions. And even if they did have time, it's just a lot of extra work for if you want to do it right, deciding the content to put on your screen, what to promote, creating the content, all that goes into it. So Colby came to me and he said, what if we decided to make some type of pharmacy channel where people could select from a list of products and service categories and then show curated content based on those selections. And so that was our solution, to create a pharmacy channel on our digital signage platform where pharmacies could, quote unquote, hit the easy button for promoting products and services with little effort, in addition to using the digital signage for whatever other customized content that they wanted to promote.
Okay. So I would be remiss if we didn't mention that Colby is also a pharmacy badass. He is a member.
Yes, he is. Then that's how we got involved in this whole thing. Sure.
Badass University. And we love that. We love that we now get to support him and you in your endeavor. So there are three things that I'd really like to dive in that I absolutely love the idea. Number one is just the ability or the availability to be able to speak to your patients while they're hanging out in your pharmacy. So everybody knows that Lisa and I are huge marketing nerds, students of marketing. And there's no better way than to have a giant screen. And I say giant screen because everything I do is bigger, but they don't have to be giant, right, Pete? I mean, they can certainly fit the area that you need in your pharmacy.
Some locations have 60-inch screens right smack dab in the middle, and others have a dedicated spot where they're trying to promote a particular product, and they just have maybe like a little, 24-inch screen or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I love about this is that so we teach very adamantly to allow your clerks to kind of pick the item that they love and choose and are passionate about to talk about, to do upsells and things of that nature. But this allows those hard to approach conversations and some of the products that your front end people may not love to still get the same vavoom in the pharmacy as the products that have passion behind them. When Colby first sent me this, he sent me a list of products that we talk about a lot, which was super smart marketing because he caught my eye very quickly. But if someone has no passion for nitric oxide or getting the supplements in folks' hands, this is a great way to be able to advertise without having to put pressure on your front end or taking time away from what what pharmacy owners are already tasked to do within their day. What are so you talked about CBD. Are there any other products that blow people away when they see the advertising?
Well, I can actually show you just a quick little video of what the actual process looks like. That might help out. And the pharmacy channel is definitely still evolving. That's for sure. So let me see. Let me add here.
You can share your screen. There you go.
All right. Are we on here?
Yep. You're good.
Let me move here. So this is what our online editor looks like. So let me do the slideshow here. So this is our online editor. I don't have a big demo or anything for you here, but this is the online editor. So this is what you're going to do if you're deciding what to put on your screen. So like we said before, it is a digital signage platform. So if you want to add some media or connect to our apps, I'll get into that a little bit of connecting to your Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But if you're trying to add the pharmacy channel, I'll just go ahead and click on that here. And then you just click on the channel and then click on the pharmacy. And then right there, these are just the categories that we have. And so from there, you can decide which categories are important and relevant to your business. For example, if you don't offer delivery services, you won't click on that one. And so you can click on the categories. And then from there, you can decide to dive into the categories further and decide which individual pieces of content to decide to click on and show on your screen.
Yeah. And so this is completely controlled by the pharmacy, not by the company. So it's what I love about this, and I know there are other platforms out there, and it's the other platforms are free to pharmacy, which is always a plus, but you don't really get to regulate what is shown on your screen. So if you're not selling some of these products and then, or they're, just not appropriate for your area, whatever, you really don't have control over that. So this your product, Display Local, allows you to be completely customizable. That's right, correct?
That's the big advantage of our platform. You can decide individual categories that you want to show on your screen, and even getting down to the individual products. And then from there, like you mentioned, some of the other digital signage services for pharmacies, a lot of those just have their content. You can't decide, really at all. And so ours is kind of the best of both worlds, where you can decide what pharmacy content to put on your screen. And then also, like I mentioned, it's just a digital signage platform. So you can set your pharmacy channel and have that rotate through a few pharmacy slides throughout the day. And then you can show something completely customizable and specific to your pharmacy that you just wanted to show on your screen as well.
And what about the customizable content? So I already see it's loaded with ads for all the different categories: weight loss, the eye was pretty spectacular. But what if I am doing a fundraiser and need a slide for a coat drive? Is that something that is on me? Do you provide that support? How does that work?
That's something that you would do. So you could decide. Some people design their slides in our editor themselves. So you see on this picture here. Let me just start this so that it was a little blurry. So over on the left there, you see the media and you have the text. You can design your own slides pretty much just like a PowerPoint. So you can upload your images, and then as soon as you press save, that content will begin showing on your screen. We do have a lot of customers that they're happy with working within Canva or something like that, and they just create their 16:9 slides in Canva, upload it, and then it'll begin showing on their screen there. So it's completely customizable for whatever you want to show on your screen.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And the social media stuff too. We can get into that in a second, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, let's dive into that. That was my next.
Perfect. So let me just click on the next one here. Okay, so like I said, this is kind of how this whole platform started, was just showing live Facebook likes on screens at businesses. And it obviously evolved from that to where we have Facebook integrations, Instagram, and even Google My Business. And so the way that this works is, I have a little video here. So click on apps here on the left. And then this is a list of the apps that we have that you can connect to. And you just click on Facebook. I've already connected my account there, but if it's the first time, you just have to connect your pharmacy's account. And then you can from there, you can kind of just decide what content you want to put on your screen. If you're trying to just get people to join your online community and get Facebook likes, you can just show likes. So you can just click on that. And then you could potentially put a QR code there that just says like us on Facebook. And then that could be that. You can also do check-ins. And then here's something that we just got back from feedback from a lot of places was, they're already doing all this work to promote content on their Facebook. And so it'd be nice if you can just automatically show that on your screen. So we have that as well, where you can have your message and then the media as well. And so you'll see here when I'm clicking on there, it says most recent. So that's what some places do that are really good about updating their content. They'll just set it to most recent. And then right there, you just have on your screen your most recent Facebook posts, and it'll just update automatically throughout the day. Or if you want a individual post, like I'm doing here, just to show an example, you can click on that, and then that'll just show on your screen if you'd like something to stay for a certain amount of time on your screen. And so that's a really easy way just to show content on your screen that you're already kind of doing work for with really no extra effort. And like I said, we have that same thing with Instagram, and then Google My Business is great too. Places are always trying to get more Google reviews. Yep. So just like I selected the likes and posts there with Google My Business, you can select your average rating, and then you can actually select, we have it set up to show 4 and 5 star ratings as well. It's because you don't want to show we don't want to show the bad ratings. We want to show the good ratings on the screen there.
No, that's fantastic. The way that you can ask for referrals is phenomenal. Using that, having a QR code right there, having someone scan, maybe gamify it, get 10% off a supplement. If you give us a review, things of that nature could be almost instantaneous. And it's a little set it and forget it kind of moment for grabbing those reviews. I absolutely love that part. Somebody here, Johnson, you can't hear us. Can you hear me, or is it just Pete?
I do hear you fine. Maybe there's others. Maybe we want to check and see if anybody else can hear.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Audio wise, I think you're fine. It may be something to do with their computer system.
Okay.
We'll make sure that Johnson gets a copy. Yeah. Okay, so you've given me given us great ideas, given us a great overview. Things like how long it takes to become proficient. It shows pretty, it seems pretty easy to navigate. It looks like
it's very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, you get in there, kind of mess around with. You can't really break it, and mess around with it, and you'll get it good. Diversify members, remember, for things like this, if you want to customizable graphics, you could always send them to us. It's part of your monthly subscription. So anything, Pete, just so you know, anything customizable that folks need, flyers, something like this, we love to create them and get them in the hands of our members, get it off of their plates. So I love what you guys are. But in the first email, I speak to lots of vendors, lots of companies. There's a few companies that we speak to that have a product like yours that I mentioned before. One of the downfalls is that you can't control the content on there. And it's paid for by advertisers, which, trust me, I love advertising. I am not putting that model down. It's just a different model. Your model is just different in the fact that it's completely customizable, and there is a cost associated with it, not a big cost, but therefore they own the content that's on there. Right. So I just love that part about it. Another thing that I love, maybe if you could tell me, is that it doesn't have to, you don't have to have Pete's brand of TVs or monitors for this to work. Explain exactly what the device is and how it hooks up.
So that was actually a big part of why I think what really sets us apart from not necessarily just digital signage providers for pharmacies, but just in general. They either have some of them use for their digital signage device a mini computer, which is like a super expensive little thing. It costs maybe $200-300, and just for us, it just really wouldn't scale the way that our business operates. So we do not provide the TV. We do provide the device. I have this little device here. We've tested, and I'm very proud of our testing that went into this. I've tested probably dozens of different devices out there, and we settled on this it's an Android box. And so if you were to become a customer, you order the box from us, and that's kind of the payment part. You pay $30 per month per device, and the device comes shipped to you with our digital signage already preloaded on it, and we can even have it connected to your account beforehand. But if it comes not connected, all you have to do is plug it in, and it's plug and play. It was very important to us to get plug and play, make it as simple as possible, where you plug it into your TV and you just follow the on-screen instructions of connecting to the Wi-Fi. And then if it's not connected to your account, connect to the account. You can get up and running in just a couple minutes. And if you've already gone and done the work beforehand of either connecting a pharmacy channel or connecting either some of your social media, you can begin showing great content pretty much out of the box within a couple minutes. And I think that really sets us apart from other vendors out there.
That's fantastic. You plug it in similar to like a Roku or
oh, sorry. Yeah, it's an HDMI, just an HDMI. Yeah. That's all it is. Yep. It's just very similar to that.
Plug it in and it goes.
Yep.
Is there where I'm getting close to my 25 minutes, Pete?
Oh,
is there
okay.
anything else that you want us to know that I don't know? Like, what is your favorite thing? What is the one thing that you want everybody to know today?
So one thing I'd like to focus on just very quickly is our current goals with this platform. Like I said, we're relatively new into the pharmacy world, and some of our goals are working with organizations like DiversifyRx and CPESN and others so that they can easily disperse their content on screens at members' locations. There's so many good ideas coming from these places, and Display Local provides a way to disperse it in a different format and at scale. So, for example, Heather, we really liked your webinar on the social media trends and how to implement those trends in your marketing strategies. So just kind of think in your back of your mind, imagine being able to go to your pharmacy channel and select from a list of trending products or services and immediately begin promoting those, on a screen, maybe in a little display at your location. So that's kind of the flexibility that this platform has, and that's kind of the out of the box kind of thinking that we're going to try to bring to the table to set us apart in the future with other options out there.
That's
So,
fantastic. We did get a question.
Yeah.
Is there an option to display current time and weather in your area?
No, but that's something that we can easily do that if that's something someone wants, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's already actually built in there, but we don't have it live on there yet. So.
All right. Very good. How about NCPA advocacy campaign materials? Can you preload for that?
I'm not sure. I'd have to check into that one, and I can email you some information on that for sure.
Sure. And then one more. Could this be portable? Like, could we take it to our health fairs to advertise?
Absolutely. So so that's actually a really good point. And I've tried to pitch people on that before, as even just the going to like a convention or something, trying to get people walking by to like your Facebook page or whatever. You could just have a little monitor there, plug your thing in, connect to the Wi-Fi of wherever you are. And so, yes, to answer your questions, yeah, it's absolutely portable. Yep.
Yeah, well, and it's fantastic for small town community events too. Just, TVs are so portable now. Put it on a stand with some wheels, plug that thing in, and you can show all of your awesome products and some customizable things. That's a great question, Miranda. Thank you. Well, I'm 1 minute over.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
1 minute over with my technical difficulties. Hey, this is awesome summer webinar series number 1. I will do this every other week until the end of August, or until you all tell me that I'm ridiculous and just need to stop it. But every week I will be bringing you either a new company like Pete and Colby's, which Pete and Colby, I hope that they will be, they're going to be around. You will see a lot of them. We're definitely new partners. Hopefully I can talk them into being exhibitors at our Pharmacy Profit Summit, and you all can meet them in person. They're both lovely people.
Well, thank you.
So it will be companies like this. Oh, Pete, I'm so sorry. How do people get a hold of you?
Well, you can go to displaylocal.io and check it out, or Pete at mfapproach.com, or Colby at mfapproach.com. And we're a small company. It's just us two. So we're the ones that get a hold of us. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. I will add that in the replays and emails and all that fun stuff, how to get a hold of Pete. Stay tuned for not July 3rd, the weekend after that, for our next awesome summer. My gosh, I cannot speak. I don't know why I get nervous all of a sudden when I have to talk. I talk all the time. Our awesome summer webinar series. Everybody have a good day. As always, if you have any immediate questions before the copy goes out, feel free to email me as well, Heather at DiversifyRx. Have an awesome day, everybody. See you next time.
All right. Thank you, Heather.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you later. Thanks for having us on.